Today we will be solving equations with variables on both sides. So please write that outcome down on the top and then copy down your first equation. I'll give you about 5 or 6 seconds to copy that down. So if you notice, these problems are a little bit different than what we've been doing in class, because this time there's a variable on this side. Let me circle that variable up. There's a minus 3r on this side, and then there is a plus positive 5r on this side. So we're going to draw our line, keeping our equations separate. So I either need to move my 5r's over here or my 3r's over there. And remember, in order to move them from one side to the other side, we have to do the opposite. So I can either plus 3r's to both sides or minus 5r's to both sides. I like to take the smaller one and bring it over to the larger one. So we're going to bring the smaller r over to the larger r. So the smaller one is the 3r. So instead of doing a minus 3r, I'm going to do a plus 3r. And I want to copycat so that I can keep it balanced. Remember, opposites cancel out, and we're left over here with just the 16 equals 5r plus 3r gives me 8r minus 8. And now I have a two-step equation. It's just we're used to seeing equals a number on the other side, but it's okay. So again, I'm going to circle up my variable, and I'm going to stick them in my pocket for later, and I'm going to get rid of the minus 8 by doing the opposite, which is adding 8 to both sides. And remember, opposites cancel out. 16 plus 8 is 24, and that's equal to 8r. And I'm going to divide both sides by 8. Since 8 times r equals this, I want to do the opposite, and the opposite of multiplying by 8 is dividing by 8. And 24 divided by 8 is 3. 8 divided by 8 cancels out because it's opposite, and I get r equals 3. Okay, we're going to do another one. Here's your next one. If you need to, pause up the video to get it written down. I'll give you a couple seconds. This one is 5h plus 16 equals 12h minus 2. That blue line really doesn't mean anything, so just ignore that blue line right there. So again, I've got an equation, and this time I've got variables on both sides. So I'm going to circle them up. Over here I have a positive 5h, and over here I have a positive 12h. So remember, I like to move my smaller one to the larger side. So this is the smaller one, so to move this 5h over here, I have to do the opposite. And this is a positive 5h, so I want to subtract 5h. And to keep it balanced, I need to subtract 5h from this side. And now my equation is balanced. These are opposites, so they cancel out. And I'm left with a plus 16, which is the same thing as a positive 16, equals 12h minus 5h is 7h minus 2 on this side. And again, I have a two-step equation now. There's two things being done over here and just an answer over there. So I'm going to circle up that variable, stick them in my pocket for later, and I want to get rid of the minus 2 by doing the opposite, which is plus 2 to both sides. Is that right? Sure is. This doesn't look like this is going to be a pretty one, just like we had in class the other day. So 16 plus 2 gives me 18 equals 7h. So I want to divide both sides by 7, and it's not a pretty one. So I can leave it as 18 over 7 equals h, or I can dump truck it over. 7 goes into 18 2 times. 2 times 7 is 14. Subtract it, and I get 4. So it becomes 2 4/7. So you can either keep it this way or say 2 4/7 equals h. And remember with these ones, I don't make you check those. Not with the fraction ones. Okay? Oops, sorry, you can't see where I dump trucked it. Sorry guys, I gotta move the video camera down some. Whoops, too far. There you go. Alright, let's see if we have another one in here. Let me slide you back up again. We're moving, moving, moving. There we go. We're shaking and moving. Let's see if I have another one to work with me. Nope. That's it. Alright, so now it's your turn. Let me slide this one over a little bit so you can see it. So copy this one down. I want you to solve it on your own. And I'm going to show you how to solve it in about 5 seconds. So pause up the video. So I have my equation. So I'm going to draw my line going down. I've got variables on both sides. So I'm going to circle them up. Got a 19x here and a 7x here. Remember I said I want to move the smaller one. So to get rid of this positive 7x, I have to minus 7x, minus 7x. And I get 12x minus 3 equals positive 3. And then I'm going to add, circle up my variable and stick them in my pocket for later because now I'm down to a 2-step equation. And to get rid of a minus 3, I want to do the opposite, which is add 3 and add 3. And I bring down these opposites cancel out, just like my opposites canceled out up there. Sorry, I forgot to do that. And I get 12x equals 6. Divide both sides by 12. This one's not as ugly. These opposites cancel out. X equals 6 over 12, which also equals 1/2. Oh, you can't see that again. Sorry guys. Let's trying something new with the video camera. There you go. 6/12 equals 1/2. Alright. Next one for you to try. And I'm going to, while you copy that down, I'm going to cover up the other side so that it does not confuse you. I'm going to get it covered up so you don't have to look at it anymore while you're copying that problem down. Just going to cover that up so you don't have to look at it anymore. So there's our second equation. I'm going to draw my line down the middle. Circle up. Let's see, I've got 12 plus 12n on this side and a 4n on this side. So remember, I'm going to move my smaller one over by doing the opposite. Opposite of a plus 4n is a minus 4n. Minus 4n. 12n minus 4n is 8n. So I'm left with 7 plus 8n equals, these cancel out, 23. And now I want to subtract 7. Oh, skipped a step. Remember, I want to circle this, stick it in my pocket for later. I want to do the opposite, and the opposite of a plus 7 is a minus 7. Minus 7 to both sides to keep it balanced. Opposites cancel out. 8n equals 23 minus 7 makes 16. Divide both sides by 8 since I'm multiplying n by 8 and I'm trying to find n. 8 divided by 8 makes 1n. 16 divided by 8 makes 2. And I can plug them back in and check quickly if I have time. Okay, see you in class tomorrow. If you have any questions, make sure you ask them tomorrow.